everybody, it's Diana with The Wayward Cat and Wayward Cat Publishing, and I'm here with my latest journal. It is a Christmas themed journal. It didn't turn out the way I expected. I was going to do the cover in this red fabric, and then I thought I might place some kind of Christmas decoration on top. But this red fabric, when you put glue on it, if you get a little too much glue, it will turn dark. And that is what happened. There is red fabric under this beautiful white lacy stuff. And I glued this piece of fabric on top to cover, and I only glued it around the edges. But of course that left dark spots around the edges. So then I put this nice trim on the top and the bottom, and then I cut off little edges of a different trim to cover up the black spots there. So it's kind of like a Project Runway Tim Gunn kind of thing. You've got to just make it work. All right, so let's have a look at this beauty. I tied it with some of the same red fabric. I use this fabric on a lot of journals. I got it at a garage sale. And here we have it. On the inside, there's a pocket with this is the edge that I used on the front here, right there. So it was this trim with little bow ribbons. And so I had these extra little bow ribbons, and I glued them throughout the journal. Pocket in the front. And these are some snowflakes that I got at a craft fair. And I made this a double pocket with the trim and the piece of cardstock that I glued the trim on. And here's like a 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. And just used a lot of the cardstock to make tags for journaling on. Covered that one because it had lines on it, so I put some craft paper on the back. And then this is just some ephemera that I had from an advertisement for the local theater here. They had a lot of posters of the plays that they were going to be doing this season, so I cut them out and glued them onto some paper. And this paper happened to have some writing on it, so I glued it on so that the writing showed, so it looks like it maybe once belonged to somebody, but it's not. I have these little puffy stickers that I probably got at a garage sale. And here is my little dangle thing with just some Christmas ribbons and the little poem that goes with all of my journals. And just here's some writing page. Also, these little stickers I probably got at a garage sale or an estate sale. They're raised up a bit. And this is just some old ephemera that I got. I'm not sure who I got this from, but it's an old postcard written on. And you could tuck something up in this pocket as well, but I've only got something down there in the bottom. And here I've created a cluster. I did a few of these throughout the book out of some of the ribbon that I had. Another one of those puffy stickers. And this was actually a piece of cardstock, not a Christmas card. Some more of those little stickers, another puffy sticker, and this is a little tuck space. And this is from Alaska, it said. Season's Greetings from Alaska. And it is a Christmas card that somebody sent to somebody. And I put pockets on here. My hope was to, I don't know, clue in the user that you could journal on this space and tuck some hidden secrets in there. And I lined some of the pages with cardstock, or one of the packs that you get of cardstock, the Christmas one of the pages had like washi tape on it. And I think this is a bit of that washi tape. And here's one of those rip away pockets. Put some of the stickers there and a puffy sticker there. And again, this is just cardstock folded over and inked for writing space. More stickers. That's got a little bit of fabric stuck to it. And here's just a waterfall place for journaling with a little pocket behind it. And these are some more stickers that I got, probably from a garage sale. And all of the music paper is Christmas music. This is from the Nutcracker. And here's one of those crisscross type pockets. This is another authentic card that I got, a postcard. It's written all over, but it's pretty neat to have in a journal. Maybe it would inspire the person to write stuff. Santa Claus puffy sticker, another one of those old postcards. They didn't put the dates on them, unfortunately. And the first center is, looks like a big station. I don't know if it's no, that's just the time. And it's a picture by Norman Rockwell, December 23rd, 1944. And another one of those. Oh no, this is from the Edith Holden book. Yeah, I cut out pictures from her book and glued them onto cardstock that you can write on the back of that. And there's something else tucked in here. No. Another sticker. Another bit of cardstock. And in my Saturday Evening Post book, or my Norman Rockwell book, it had all of his Saturday Evening Post covers. And these are two of the Christmas covers. I glued them together back to back. Plenty of writing space. I liked this. It's just brown, but it reminded me of the song Brown Paper Packages Tied Up with Strings. I didn't tie it up with any string. That would be too bulky, but that's a triple pocket with plenty of writing space on the tags. This is a little bit of that velvety ribbon and one of those raised stickers. This is some space for the user to put their own pockets on. This is more of that Christmas washi tape from the Christmas paper pad. And this is from a cool Christmas card, but I just took the top off and glued it in as a pocket, and that's just cardstock that you could write on. Oh. My pockets are kind of tight. I don't typically put hinges on the pockets. A little snowman sticker. This is also just the cardstock from one of those cardstock packs. And another cluster, and added a button to those ribbons. And this is also from one of the cardstock pads, and it was just a piece, and I cut it right there. It says Christmas trees. And you open it up, and there is some writing space. I'll tie that back later. More writing space here, a little bit of lace on the edge here. And in between the signatures, I don't like seeing that gaping space there, so I glued this trim. It looks kind of like snowy to me, so it has a winter feel to it. And here, I think these are large stickers, but I just glued them on without peeling the backing off. These are more Norman Rockwell pictures, and I glued these on as tucks. Tuck those there. This is a piece of cardstock, and that's a piece of that washi tape up there. There was a line on this piece of paper, or on this piece of cardstock, a little dotted line, probably for cutting. It was maybe meant to make something, an envelope or a box, so I had to cover the line. And here's just some old wrapping paper backed by packing paper. This was from some of the cardstock. I just cut out the trees that were on it. And this is one of those old Christmas cards. And I made it a pocket. And this is also from that package of Christmas cardstock. There's one page that's just strips. And I think I used other parts of it in here. And this was on one of the strips. And I wanted to use it. So I decided to just tuck it in there, and you could write on it, I suppose. More writing space. And this is, I think this might be cardstock as well, and not a Christmas card. And here is an envelope. This, again, was a large sticker that I just glued on as it was. And inside, Another one of those neat cards. I must have got them at Goodwill or somewhere. A little package at some thrift store. See, these are Christmas trees I would have cut out. And this is some more wrapping paper. And I just put one of those raised stickers there on the edge of the envelope that I had glued on. And here's another sepia toned card. This one is Mount McKinley, Alaska. It's from Stan. You could write on it. And tuck it in there. And this tuck also has some stickers on there. I tried to make this look old and worn, even though it is bright and Christmassy. I did that Spring Ruffles journal with no inking, and I really prefer the older look to the journals. Even though it's a happy time of year, I still like the old look of the journals. I don't know what music this is from. Maybe it'll say on the other side, if I can see the other side. And this is the center of the second signature. It's just an old cover from a embroidery magazine, a really old embroidery magazine. And it's just got a snow scene in it. And back here, another one of those Christmas trees stuck on there. It's a regular pocket with a diagonal pocket on it. Another one of those Christmas cards that could be written on. And one of those old pieces of ephemera. There's still some writing space on that one. Put that in. There we go. And here again is one of those stickers. I just inked it up and made it as a tuck, more of the cardstock. And this is used as a belly band anyway. And this is just a piece of cardstock. And on the other side, the belly band is used to hold this in. This was a piece of cardstock, part of a piece of cardstock, and I just cut out the circle up to about here and then scored it a bit so that it would open. You could write on here, and this is one of those big stickers that I just glued on with Santa Claus. And it just barely tucks in there. There. Another one of those Christmas trees. It's more of that cardstock. This is just some brown paper. There's a big sticker on that one. And here's a belly band. This is, again, just from the cardstock. Brown paper on the back of some wrapping paper. Here's the washi tape. I guess there was probably lines up here, so I covered that up. And some pretty lace there. And this is belly band made out of that velvety kind of ribbon. It's not really as soft as real velvet. And this is an old picture. I don't know where I got that, but it's really cool. It might have been part of a card and I cut it off. And here is the center between two signatures again. I used the same lacy trim. Another cool cardstock pocket with an old piece of ephemera. It's another postcard. And of course, I didn't put a divot in that pocket because I didn't want to cut into the wreath. And this is, oh yeah, I made one side the pocket and the other side opens up. And that is from one of those cardstock pads that you can get with Christmas papers. And this was another one of those old postcards, and I used it as a tuck. It's pretty cute. Santa Claus flying over North America. He's got an American flag. It's a bit patriotic. And another one of those old postcards, and this one is dated 1958, December 5th. And that is my little grandbaby's birthday, December 5th. And here is another cluster out of Christmas ribbons with a button, an envelope. And this is from, what was that book I have? Cartoons. Yeah, this is from the New Yorker, the cartoons from the New Yorker. I found a Christmas one, and this says, Here, this reindeer right here is talking. He's got a bit of an angry look on his face. He's saying, "For a kindly old man, he's mighty quick with the whip." I thought that was very cute. Covered the back with some brown paper for writing. Put that in there. And this is where you see part of that cardstock had strips of different things on it. And the back of the envelope has a sticker. And again, I have this paper with writing on it. I think it came from an old yearbook. And so I used this piece for writing space and just left the writing on it because it makes it look really authentic. I like it. And this is some more of that old paper. And I had one Christmas stamp, 1975, so I used it there. This is more of that cardstock for a pocket, and this is just some other cardstock for writing space. More stickers. This is another piece with the bands. And this is a longer piece of cardstock, just folded over and used for writing space. A Holly Jolly sticker. All right, and here I used the cardstock that had the Christmas trees on it, and I cut circles out of it. And then I just cut these little, I cut circles and then cut them off a little bit and poked holes in it to make them look kind of like ornaments. And I think it works. I think it looks like ornaments. And it has another one of those old postcards in it. And this one says December 24th. There we go. It says 1909, and it's got a really old stamp on it. That is really cool. I hope that inspires somebody. Another writing space, another one of those neat cards that you can write on, and it's on top of a tuck with another one of those postcards. Somebody cut the edges of some of these postcards. I didn't do it. I got them that way. And this one is dated December 5th also, 1959. They might be from the same person. The same person might have written these. And the last signature center is another winter scene. I don't remember what that magazine was from. I have so much stuff, you have no idea. So much stuff still to be used. I'll never remember where I got them all. This is a piece of cardstock just from the Christmas pad. And here I put a little pocket with a sticker on the front of this. And just another folded, oh, I thought it was folded. It is. Folded up piece of cardstock. Made to look kind of like a little booklet. And this is the piece of washi tape from that Christmas pad. Again, this is left for pockets or whatever the user might want to do. And there you see one of those little white bow ribbons left over from the trim. There's a sticker here. Oh, and here's another cluster. I didn't use much of this roll of netting. I think that looks like snow. It looks very Christmassy, but it doesn't, I mean, it's stiff, and I thought I might use it for the cover, but it's hard to glue on. Glue will show through, but I did get to use it there for that cluster. I like it. Another one of those giant stickers that I just glued on as a tuck. And this is an old card. You can barely see it, and it says from, and it looks to me like the person who signed their name actually wrote greetings and a merry Yuletide, and it says 1916. Very nice. And I made that into a pocket, and this is another strip of that cardstock. This piece of cardstock is not very thick, so getting it in the pocket is not quite as easy. And another one of those Christmas cards. And I turned it into a pocket. And here is a triple pocket that I hoped to make it look like trees. And it does kind of look like one side of trees. And this is more of the cardstock from the Christmas pad. And you can write on the back of those. More writing space, more of the cardstock, and this is some of the ribbon that I had. I got a lot of ribbon. I did get it at thrift stores, so I will donate the rest of it back because I didn't use very much. And I really don't use ribbon like that in my wrapping. I like the little bows that you buy that you just peel off and stick on. I do have a bow maker, so maybe I should keep the ribbon and try to make some bows. Another one of those big stickers I probably got from a thrift store, but I glued them on as pockets and tucks. And this is the back side of a belly band. You just fold it over and glue it, and then you put stickers or something to dress it up a little bit. And there's the belly band itself. So this is the back end of the book, and the problem I had was, this is a piece of cardstock for writing on. It just kept going all the way through to the bottom of the page. So I glued on this bit of ribbon. I like this plaid ribbon. Needs a little more glue there. And glued it down here so that it was more of a tuck than a belly band. So I cheated. And then I took the ribbons that I had and I made this tag. I only made one because you see how thick it is. It's got some texture to it. And so it doesn't really go in my tight pockets. But I created another double pocket here. Oh, what's this? I've got a little extra fabric here. Out of this trim, I glued it onto this cardstock. And the cardstock is a pocket too. And the ribbon tag fits okay in that pocket. And up here, the ribbon was a bit discolored, so I stuck that sticker on. Again, a Tim Gunn make it work moment. And here is an old card. Oh, we're a little stuck. There we go. A nice French card. And it is written on by the original owner. And it says 1961. But you could still write in it if you wanted and write on it. It says printed in Belgium. Very nice. Very nice stuff. I might have gotten these Christmas cards and postcards from the Facebook Marketplace. You might remember me talking in a different video about getting a big box of stuff from somebody locally here. There's a lot of neat stuff in it. And the back is the same as the front. And there she is. Christmas. I'm going to put it in my booth at Antiques and Uniques in Melbourne, Florida, and we'll see if it sells. Eventually, not all of my journals are selling right away in the booth, so eventually I may have a little bit of stock of journals, and I either will sell them online or I will go to a craft fair and see if I can sell them there. So thanks for watching, and I hope you got inspired, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back soon with another video.